Well, kind of to get into the juicy part that everybody waits to hear about. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay, why not?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Why not?
Okay, you want to take it off?
You can start.
Oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
start over
please
here.
start.
Well, we made arrangements on Thursday to have brunch on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it was set for like 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I believe I reached out to her on Saturday to see if she wanted me to send a driver to her.
Mm.
I felt like that'd be nice. So we had reservations at Global Ambassador
Mm,
at one
nice.
o'clock. So she didn't reply until 12:55 the next day. And she said she was gonna be late and that she had just seen the text and she thought she replied and this, that, and the other. But at that point, it was too late in my
Okay.
eyes.
Okay. Alicia?
Okay, so yeah, we had chit chatted throughout the week, and you had asked me, like, are you busy? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, yeah, he sent that text. I'm running out the door, and I didn't answer. Like, I didn't like leave him hanging,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. I sent him the audio message, like, hey, I'm going to be like 5 minutes late. I'm on my way. And then when I go and check, I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't text him back. So I'm not going to say I'm ditzy, but I'm like, hey, I'm on my way there, blah, blah, blah. So, like he said, at 12:55, I'm on my way to the Global Ambassador. His red receipts are on. He reads it, sees that I'm here. You could hear in the audio message, I'm obviously in my car driving, and he just leaves it on red. So then, mind you, I'm driving, going. I don't live that far. And then I get there and I'm like, hey, just parked in valet, right? So I'm like driving. I'm not totally on my phone.
Yeah.
I just assumed, like, out of good nature, I got up. I went to work last night, got up, got ready, went, that he was just going to meet me there. Like, we had confirmed the date like 3 times already. I
Okay.
understand that that was my fault that I didn't respond to that text, but at this point we had like 3 confirmations. So I just assumed, maybe that's me, that we were going to show up.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he left the messages on red, didn't respond. I went, hung out at the restaurant for like 15 minutes and said, gonna pack her up. Yeah, so no show.
Okay. So the reservation was for 1 o'clock. You left 12:55. About what time would you say you got there?
Well, I got there probably like 1:05, 1:10. But
Okay.
I hit him up like, hey, blah, 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 I'm leaving my house right now. That's when the message was sent at 12:55.
Okay. Okay. So was there confirmation prior to, this date?
I mean,
Like she
yeah,
said, you
but
guys
like
had like,
but like I said, I text on Saturday,
so from
asking her about
Saturday.
it wasn't any. So
Okay.
it was like, nah, if you can't communicate, it's kind of pointless.
Okay. Got it. And so you said you did receive the message and you thought you texted him back, but it just didn't go through,
I'm
or
just on the way out the door, didn't press send, like
no,
rushing
on
late for work.
Saturday when he like sent
Yeah,
another.
I forgot to respond. I had the whole text typed and
Uh-huh.
then sent him an audio message like, hey Siri, send so and so a message. And then
Okay.
I open it because I'm like, oh, he didn't respond. It's like 1:05. I'm on the way. And then I look and then I like, okay, I didn't send it. The whole message is typed out. But then everything's getting red, red, red. So he's sitting there like
Reading.
watching me say, and I understand what he's saying, like, okay, you didn't confirm, I'm not gonna go. That makes sense. Like, I'll give that to you. But I thought it was just silly to leave me on red. You could have just texted me back and been like, oh girl, I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm. I thought
Mm,
that could have just been the respectable thing.
okay.
Because I thought that was weird that you didn't respond, but you're telling people that I ghosted you in Phoenix. But you didn't respond to the last text. So that's kind of weird.
I mean, you
Uh-oh.
responded a whole day later. So do you really call that responding?
It was less than 24 hours. This is your thing. I think you're very picky about times. That is one of the things. You've been very particular and picky about time, few instances that we had.
Okay.
Just like we had known each other 72 hours. And then remember that phone call we had?
Which
Since,
one? Go ahead and let everybody else know.
yeah, we only had one phone call.
Okay.
What
That was one.
happened?
I could grab the call log
But
if
it
you'd
was a
like me to
few
grab it.
times that I called,
That is
and
inaccurate. You
yeah,
gaslit
it
me on the phone
was.
about that.
It
And
was a few times that I
I'll go
called,
get the
and
phone. I
I
got the
mean,
screenshots. You
and I
called
got the
me.
text messages,
Yeah, we have all the information. So do you
all
want to
of
hash
it.
it out?
I mean, if we have to.
I just thought it was weird. Okay, so let's run it back so we could clarify for the audience and for you as well.
Yeah, please.
There had been a phone call, right? Roughly 72 hours. So from the very jump, it was hard to confirm the date of the date from the beginning because you
I
kept
agree.
saying, I'll let you know tomorrow. Then
I
tomorrow
did.
came, and then you let me know tomorrow.
But then once
Oh,
Thursday came, I told you I had reservations, and it was set.
absolutely.
Sunday, 1 o'clock, Global Ambassador.
Okay, but that's not the phone call I'm talking about. I'm
But
talking about
Thursday, it was set though. You're talking about from when we did the show originally all the way up until Thursday. We went back and forth, kind of trying to
we
figure out
did go back and
about the
forth on the
date or
phone.
whatever. But Thursday came and it was set 1 o'clock. I told you I had the
That's not what
reservations.
I'm talking about. We went back and forth and why I think you're picky.
Okay,
I just see
let's
like
hear about the
we just
call.
don't get along. I think that's what it really comes down to. But the call was that you had called me roughly, I believe, on Monday, and I didn't answer. You called me around 10 o'clock on Monday. We'd known
10
each other.
p.m.?
Yes,
Okay.
10 p.m. We'd known each other roughly 72 hours. Then we talked the next day, and on the phone, you had told me, well, since you didn't answer my phone call, I didn't know if we were going on the date or not. Like, you're acting like you're my dad or something. Like, I don't,
I don't recall that.
of course you don't.
But I do recall the phone call about, 10 o'clock, but you told me you was free in the evening. So that's why I
I don't,
called that late.
but I didn't say like I just thought it was so picky the way that you were on my phone telling me. I felt like it was entitled, to be honest with you, for you to call my phone and talk about when I'm not answering and when I'm answering, and I'd known you for 3 days. I just thought that was rude.
But you still set the date.
Yes, because that
So
was the objective of the show.
but
you
we should have not have went on the date if you felt
and
that
thank
way.
God
Why schedule the date?
on this fine Sunday. Thank God that we didn't go on the date
I mean,
because I just
thank
feel like this
God.
was the energy on
I
the
saved my
phone.
money.
So you felt like he was coming at your
Thank
throat?
God.
The same way that it's like this energy, it was very back and forth and very petty on the phone. And he's getting snippy on the phone. And I'm like, okay, so are we going to go on the date? That was my response is, okay, so are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? And I do feel like, yes, you're a little snippy. And I didn't appreciate it. But the objective of the show was to go on the date. And it just made me feel a little opportunistic of your objectives because prior to that, if you want to talk about everything, prior to that, you had sat here and asked me to model for your company. I thought that was rude.
You said you was a content creator.
I didn't say I was a model and that I was going to come model
but
for
if
you.
I'm
Those aren't
trying
the
to put
same.
money in your pocket, what's wrong with that?
You didn't mention a
I wasn't
thing
trying
about-
to do anything for free, sweetheart.
But you
You
didn't
said
mention
you
a-
was a content creator. Like, I'm confused. If
So
that's
when
what
was
you
this
are,
asked? When did you
It was
ask?
damn near at the
Maybe
beginning.
Sunday.
At the beginning.
Right
But
away.
She
So
said she was a content creator.
So we filmed Saturday, and then you asked her Sunday if she wanted to model for your
Sunday,
business.
Monday, it was pretty early.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, it just really gives like you're opportunistic. Like, that's what it gives. I just feel like 3 strikes you're out. For you, it was just a couple weird interactions. Yeah, you asked me to model. You didn't mention anything about money for you to say
I did tell you that over the phone, that I had no
later.
problem
But
paying you.
upon, may I finish speaking?
Go ahead.
Since you wanted to like overtalk me, is that okay with you? I'm just waiting for my turn to talk.
All right, go ahead,
Thank
and then
you.
we'll let you go right after.
I
her.
didn't ever say that I was a model, and then what did I say when you asked me if I wanted to model? I was like, oh, do you want to do a content exchange? Like you detail my car and I make a video about it. You're sending me screenshots talking about this is what I want, and you did not mention anything about payment upon the initial interaction of asking me to model. So no, I don't work for free, and that's how it came across initially. That's okay for me to say. You didn't mention anything about payment till multiple days later when I was like, hey, that rubbed me the wrong way. And you're like, well, you should have said something. Well, I don't know you, and I don't feel comfortable to sit here and go back and forth with you knowing you 2 days. That's crazy.
Okay, Ramon, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't gonna do the back and forth.
Okay.
Like I said, I offered her an opportunity. I didn't think that, I had to initiate that, yeah, I'm gonna pay you. In my eyes, it was kind of obvious.
thought it was a given.
Yeah, like if you're a content creator I don't ask anybody to do anything for free for me. Nothing. So, it was a given that I was gonna pay you. The amount just wasn't discussed.
Got it. Okay, and then so for you, you were like, she could have just told you right then and there if she felt some type of way about it instead of hanging on to it.
She did tell me. She
Okay.
did tell me that she felt some type of way about me asking her about the content, and I told her, that she said she was a content creator. So that was the only reason I brought it to her attention. But I also apologized when she told me it made her feel uncomfortable as well.
Okay. So did it make you feel uncomfortable because you felt like that's the only reason he matched with you, or what about it was like?
Well, to me, it wasn't giving. Like, this is supposed to be a dating show, and then it feels, like I said, opportunistic because you're coming to me for business ventures, and you're talking about, yes, my hobbies and what I like to do for business, but I didn't come on here. This isn't The Apprentice. Like, I didn't come on here to work for you and to be your employee. So, yeah, I thought that was rude that you're asking me to work for you and bring friends to model for you too. And this is before the the conversation of payment as well. So to think that that's assumed, I think would be silly. Like, I'm an adult. I don't just assume that I'm going to go somewhere. Like, I like it to be ironed out. But once again, we're not having deep conversations trying to get to know each other. And we had joked on the phone, like, you know, like we were just kind of like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing each other? We were doing that to each other kind of back and forth to death. There was no real like depth of conversation or anything for real.
Okay. So you guys never really got to know each other?
Not really, no.
Okay. Ugh, God,
like I said, it was a few phone calls that I did
One.
do, but you know, she didn't answer our call back or text back.
That's
so.
not true. How do we have a whole conversation and plan out the date on the phone if I never answer the phone?
Via text.
No, that's not true because
via text, I told you I made reservations for Sunday at 1:00.
You asked me where I wanted to go. I basically halfway planned the date.
I asked you where you wanted to go, yes.
Because you didn't know. And it was so much back and forth that we couldn't even decide a date and a time. And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you...
But once it was set, what was the problem?
What was the problem? Exactly. I confirmed 3 times. And like I said, maybe I was a little silly to be like, oh, okay, like, we'll just meet there. But yeah, you know what? I didn't text you back in the appropriate amount of time on Saturday. I will look at you right now and say, I apologize. That was my fault. But my objective wasn't to like dog you or play you. But I think that you leaving it on red, you're older than me. So you leaving that text on red, knowing that I went to the restaurant is tacky. And it's like you try to get your lick back. That's how it felt. Like, what was the objective of that? Because if you're a real man, like you could have been like, girl, I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm my text. Like, we could have just had a conversation about it. But you did that.
And
you left me on red.
And you could have called instead of texting.
I sent you an audio message like, oh my God, I'm on my way there.
But you could have called. You could have called though, right?
So
well, because I just assumed you were on your way. I didn't know better.
But why would you assume that?
So when she's sending these voice notes with these messages, whatever she's sending, and you're reading them.
I actually didn't read them right at the very moment that she sent them. I read them within, you know, a nice time frame. At 12:55,
like you
know
said.
What I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't read it.
So you read it after the fact of the reservation time already passed?
Football, yeah. At that point, I'm just like, you know, I'm watching football. I'm not worried about it. She didn't respond in a timely manner.
Okay. So then after the whole ordeal with, you know, him not showing up to date and, you know, you not replying, did you guys ever talk again after that, or that was it?
No, I blocked him on Instagram. I just felt like it was tacky, and I felt like I said, I felt like he was trying to get his lick back, and we couldn't talk about it as adults, and he saw I was at the restaurant at this time. You know, I'm talking like, oh, I'm at valet, like, I'm here. He's seeing text, and like I said, maybe I'm silly, and I just went like, oh, he's going to meet me there. Just not thinking, you know what I mean? I'm not like maybe using my full capacity of my brain. I'm tired, hurrying up, getting there. Mm-hmm. But it was the fact that, like, he just left me on red like that. I'm just like, okay, I see who you are. I have nothing more to say. Blocked. Mwah. See you later.
Okay. And you didn't try to reach out after that either?
Nah,
you were done
I was
with it?
blocked. But...
On Instagram.
I mean, but you didn't know you were blocked, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew because you tried to reach out.
I did.
Oh,
on
okay.
Instagram, but you have my number?
I was blocked on the phone.
No, you're not. You're blocked on Instagram.
Okay. I don't know.
I gave you the room to apologize and if you wanted to hash it out. Not even to apologize, because half of it was my like responsibility. Right. But if you wanted to hash it out, you're not blocked. Your number is not blocked. Your Instagram is blocked, though. I was tired of seeing your corny Instagram. Damn.
That's aggressive.
No, I think that's real. Okay. That was one of the things that I didn't like, too. We got each other's Instagram. I just don't think we're compatible in a lot of different ways. And I just think,
I'm seeing that play out.
Yeah.
As
blatantly obvious, right? It's crazy.
Oh, man. Well, it's unfortunate that it just didn't work out between the two of you.